Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, and you guys another live Wi-Fi battle. Here we go. We got against Owen here, who's got a very powerful team. Oh my god. If you guys enjoy this video, you want to see more live Wi-Fi battles, hit that like button up to 1,000 likes, guys. You know that's the dealio. We have this Pyroar. Oh my god. I don't even know what I'm gonna do against this team. I'm gonna have a very hard time. I think what I need to do, I need to get Toxic off on everything. Leads on his end, probably Credilli. I don't have a good answer for it. I guess Blue Balls is pretty good because it outspeeds stuff. Credilli is a problem though, but I could get some power-up punches off against it. I'm just a little bit worried about having Toxic itself. Do I want to start with Sheik here to try to boost up against Credilli? I don't think it's a good idea. Let's lead with Shell Shocked here to get off a Toxic. I don't even know what to do against this guy because his team, I can't set up Sticky Webs because of Malamar. His team is very, very bulky and fast. He's got a very good team. So our question of the day today is, who is your favorite fossil Pokemon? We're facing off against a Credilli, sorry. And I would say my favorite fossil Pokemon from just design alone, I really like Tyrunt. I do think Shiny Archon looks pretty sweet too though. So those are two of my favorite, but you guys can let me know. In comes a Credilli, exactly what I predicted him to lead with. He's gonna probably be tempted to go for Stealth Rocks here. I'm just gonna go for Toxic. I do want to get the poison off on this thing because otherwise it's gonna be very hard for my team to take down. I can't go for Scald because he probably has Storm Drain. So he's gonna go for Stealth Rocks, that's fine. I could Rapid Spin here on this turn. If he wants to switch to one of his ghost types, that's fine. But at least I can get off the toxic damage. Now, he does potentially have a Heal Beller, I believe, in Mismagius, but chances are it's not gonna be Heal Bell. So I'm gonna go for the Rapid Spin, get rid of those Stealth Rocks he just set up. I'm sure he'll Giga Drain, which is fine by me. I am specially defensive, so I could probably take it without a problem. He is gonna go for the Giga Drain. That's not a big deal. Look how little that does, actually. It's gonna help him out because he's gonna get his health back, but that Toxic Timer is going to basically limit the amount of turns that this thing can stay in on me. So now I have an opportunity here to swap out, predicting the potential switch, or go for Toxic again myself. Now I'm thinking he's probably just gonna go for Stealth Rocks of his own here, which leads me to believe that a switch would probably make the most sense, potentially into Smokey to fire off an Earthquake or a Crunch. But again, I kind of think I should just stay in here and just go for the double Toxic in case he switches. I don't think he's gonna switch, but I'm gonna go for the Toxic anyway. It seems like my best play. He goes for the Stealth Rocks. So precisely what I predicted, he is gonna go for the Stealth Rocks here. Now what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna go for the Protect instead of the Rapid Spin right away. The reason why is because it's gonna basically give him one more extra turn of Toxic, and then he's gonna be pushed to wanna have to switch out. Now I know he does have Recover, but I'm gonna go for Protect here, and we'll see what he's got. So he's got Stealth Rocks and Giga Drain, likely Ancient Power, potentially. Maybe, I don't know, that Stockpile set was really cool. I don't think, he's gonna switch. So me going for Protect this time was not a good play, but into one of his ghost types, the Mismagius, so I'm not too surprised about that. Now this is a little bit scary here, because if I don't, if he's sub Mismagius, I'm in a ton of trouble. That's what this comes down to. If he is substitute Mismagius, we are donezo. I'm gonna go for the Scald, just in case. He might just be tempted to Thunderbolt here. I really should be. He's gonna go for Taunt, so that actually works out that we didn't go for Toxic. We can go for a Scald here, and we might be able to get a burn. A 30% burn chance isn't bad. That is gonna, and we get the burn. That is huge. That is going to limit the survivability of this Mismagius here. Now, because he has Taunt, I don't believe he's gonna have Thunderbolts. I'm gonna go into Sheik here. We'll do, hold on, let me think about this. Do I want to catch a Willow right now if he has Will-O-Wisp? I don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp. Blue Balls isn't a bad idea, but that's gonna bait in the Quagsire, of course. I want to keep Shell Shocked as full as possible because of Pyroar. That's the only thing I'm really worried about right now is that Pyroar. But I can't Protect right because of the Taunt, okay. So I'm thinking Scald again might just be my best play. I just don't want to I just don't want to take a big. Why would he Willow? Let's take a chance. We're gonna go to Sheik here, predicting the Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt. I hope he doesn't Willow. He might Willow because he looks like he's the defensive Mismagius with Taunt. We're gonna see what he's gonna do here. If he Willows, touche. He's gonna Thunderbolt. So he does have the Thunderbolt Shadow Ball. We're gonna take that, no problem. He's gonna take some burn damage here. Now we have an opportunity to fire off a big Shadow Sneak, which will easily knock this thing out. I'm not gonna over predict. Just gonna go for the Shadow Sneak. If he goes into Pyro, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I could take one hit from a Pyro. He's going to switch probably into Pyroar, maybe into the Mozart, which is the Quagsire. Okay. All right. So you might be trying to get a Scald Burn off on us, which is fine. I'm going to go for the protein boosted Shadow Sneak here. He's probably going to fish for a Scald Burn momentarily. That does a good amount. That does a good amount. I'm sure I could take a Scald. He's got lefties as well. Now, do I want to save this thing? I think I do. I think I do want to save it. I think a good switch in here is Shell Shocked to take the incoming Scald. He could also go for Infestation. The reason why I'm saving this thing is because it gives me an easy switch into Mismagius and easily kill it with Shadow Sneak. So it forces him to switch every time. I'm expecting either the Scald or an Infestation here, maybe a Toxic. There's the Scald, so not too surprising. He was going to fish for that burn on the Kecleon. I can eat that up. Hopefully no burn here. He doesn't burn me. So this is a really good opportunity for us to go for a Toxic. Now, it does bait in the Credilli if I go for Toxic. So because of that, I'm going to double. I'm going to double out into Smokey here. Because, do I double into Smokey or do I just Rapid Spin? Because I think that Credilli... Let's just Rapid Spin, because I think the Credilli might come in. Predicting the Toxic or the Scald, which would make the most sense. If he goes to Mismagius again, fine, whatever. You're just taking Toxic damage at that point. This is a tough play. This is actually a very important play right here in this part of the match. If I'm able to get these rocks out of the field, that'll really help. I can free up my Focus Sash again on Kricketune, which is going to give me a free knockoff on whatever I want. I'm not going to set up the Sticky Webs, as I mentioned, just because of the Malamar. I don't want to give him that boost, because I will outspeed the Malamar with Ursaring. So... we'll see what he does here. I'm thinking, if I was him, I would go into Credilli. That's what I would do if I was him right now. I would go into Credilli. He's going into Pyroar. That's an interesting play. That's a very interesting play. I don't get it. He might have predicted my switch. He probably thought I was going to swap out into an appropriate Pyroar counter. So I don't think that was the worst play in the world. I don't. I do think I should Scald here, even though the Quagsire could come in, because the damage I'll get from this is going to be invaluable. He's going to Hyper Voice. I should be able to take a Hyper Voice unless he specs. We do live the Hyper Voice. We get a Scald off. This Shell Shocked here has done so much work. That's Tauren Boosted Scald. That almost knocks out Pyroar. That was huge damage. I have no reason to save this thing. I'm going to go for Toxic. He's going to over Hyper Voice and kill us. That's fine. That's fine with me. So, here's the thing. If he's Scarfed, I'll be wasting Electrode if I send it in, but if I send in Sheik and just go for the Sucker Punch, I'll knock him out. So, I'm going to go for Sheik and Sucker Punch here because I don't want to risk that he's Scarfed, because that would be really stupid. If he switches, he switches, but he's going to die to Stealth Rocks on entry anyway. Oh, I don't have Rocks up yet. Well, he's going to die if he comes in on Stealth Rocks. So I'm gonna say he's gonna switch, so he's not Scarfed. I don't think anyway. He goes into Sepia, which is what is that? That's the Malamar. Oh boy. All right. So what I can do though, that's nice, is he could have knockoff. I can go for a Shadow Sneak. It's gonna do a lot to this thing. Let's just do that. If he goes for Superpower, then I will have predicted him and he'll have missed a move, and then I can go for Sucker Punch on the next turn if he tries to Night Slash. So let's go for Shadow Sneak first. Should do a decent amount. I am Life Orb and Adamant. That's a defensive Malamar. That's a defensive Malamar. He's the bulky set. He goes for Superpower, so good prediction there. Now, my next prediction is that he's going to go for Night Slash. So I'm going to Sucker Punch. We're going to play this game. We're going to play this game. I don't want him to get a Superpower off. If he Superpowers again, then touche. But I doubt he will. I doubt he will. That would be really... Wow, that did a lot. That was what I looked for. That was what I was looking for. Go for Night Slash. He Superpowers again. Why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. I don't understand why you would do that. Why you would do that two times in a row. I was Ghost type. If I just kept clicking Shadow Sneak, that would have killed. All right, well, we have an easy swap into Blue Balls here. If he wants to go into Electro, that's fine. I'm not going to overpredict. I have to get this thing off the field. I don't want to allow him to rest up. So we're going to just go for that Hidden Power. So tempting. We're just going to go for the Thunderbolt. It's going to do the most to everything on his team. If he goes into Quagsire, fine. It's very predictable what I'm doing. I could be carrying the Signal Beam, though. Signal Beam Electrode is pretty common, actually. Same with like Foul Play and stuff. He's going to probably go into Quagsire, but again, he's going to go into Mozart. That is the Quagsire, okay. It wasn't worth the risk for me. It wasn't worth the risk. Now, the problem with this thing is I don't know if I have anything that could take it out. I mean, I have Ursaring's Facade, but that's really it. This is scary. I have to go into Sterling, and I have to just go for knockoff to get rid of his item. And maybe Endeavor it later, because I can't switch in Ellie yet, and I have to save Ursaring, because Ursaring's Facade is going to do a ton of damage. So we're going to have to go into Sterling here. He's got me on the ropes with his defensive Pokemon. I predicted that it was going to be a tough match from the beginning. He's going to go for Earthquake, which is fine. I can take that no problem. Can I take a Scald on top of that, though? That is the question. I don't think so. I'm going to go for the knockoff. That's my best play. If he kills us with the Scald, he kills with the Scald, but at least I can get rid of his leftovers. So any bit of damage is great. It would be great if I live this and don't get burned. The burn actually would have helped us. That's okay. Let's go for Endeavor. It's going to knock him down to about the point where I could revenge kill him. So that's going to do a lot. Mozart is going to actually go down and take a ton of damage from our homie Sterling here, named after Lindsay Sterling, of course. Now we're not in the worst spot in the world, because Smokey could take this thing out with an unboosted Facade. And if he predicts the switch, fine. So I want to go for Crunch, in case he tries to save this thing. I think I just got to go for Facade, really. It's not worth the risk of him predicting anything. Let's go for Facade. It's unboosted, but it is Stab, so it's going to be the strongest hitting move I have. And I don't foresee a Quagsire outspeeding us. I just don't want to give him a free recover is really what I'm trying to avoid here. What would really cripple us if for some reason he outsped and scalded, but I don't believe he's going to outspeed, because I do have speed investment on this thing. On max speed, actually, just Adamant Nature. So if he switched into one of his ghosts, it would be a good play, but saving Mozart at this point doesn't seem to make the most sense, but he's been making a lot of switches, so I just didn't want to risk a Crunch not killing him, because I am not... I should have just crunched, honestly. I should have just crunched, but either way, make the safe play here. We are a bit behind. It's 6-3, but we've done a decent job wearing his team down. The Credilli can't really take a hit, I don't think. You know, it's not going to want to take a Crunch or an Earthquake. You know, this thing's almost dead as long as we don't allow it to recover. He's going to stay in, so he's going to go down to a Facade, I believe. Yep, we're going to knock him out with a Facade. That's really good. The one thing I'm really worried about is that Pyroar, because it does outspeed. But it'll allow me to get in Sand Slash, I guess. I really need to get Sand Slash in and get up Rocks just to kill the Pyroar. But we're doing okay, because I do have Electrode. Now Electrode is free to Thunderbolt everything, which is huge. Huge. Because if that's a Scarf Pyroar, it'll outspeed us, but it won't kill us if it's Scarfed. That's interesting. If I was him, now I'm thinking about it, he should have saved Quagsire even at that health, just because it keeps me from Volt Switching and Thunderbolting. Because I'm Specs. He might not know I'm Specs, but most Electrodes are Specs, let's be honest here. Or Life Orb, and I guess he wouldn't know that, but it might have made more sense to save. He's gonna go to Pyroar. Which again, it would be nice to have the Rocks up, but I need to save Smokey, because Smokey's my win condition. So I need to go into Ellie here, and hope I can take 2 hits and get up my Rocks. So that's our best play. Because Ellie can handle, you know, Dusknoir and stuff, but my best play is to go into Ellie. He's gonna go for Fire Blast. He hits it, that's gonna destroy us. We don't even live that. We don't even live that. But what that does do for us is it allows me to go into Blue Balls here, and Blue Balls can just fire off Thunderbolts now. And nothing really wants to take 2 Thunderbolts. Maybe the Dusknoir if it's Assault Vested. But nothing really wants to take 2 T-Bolts, and I don't think he's Scarfed at this point. He could be, but I don't think he is. Even the Credilli, I don't know if he's going to take 2 T-Bolts. It would have been really nice to have my Rocks up to get rid of this Pyroar. Maybe I should have sent in Pyroar against Quagsire, but I just did not want to risk him getting a free recover off after I got him down so low, because it's such a hard Pokemon to take down, especially without any grass Pokemon on my team. Again, this team is kind of thrown together. If you saw the team preview from the first episode of this team is very much kind of sloppy and copy-paste, just throw a couple Pokemon together. I am assuming this Dusknoir is probably going to be rocking an Assault Vest. Most of them do. But what I'm trying to avoid here is Smokey is my win condition. It really is. But I need to be able to take a hit from this Magius with Smokey, so I don't think it's safe to bring it in yet. Let's go for Thunderbolt. I need to take a Thunderbolt. Ooh, that's a decent. He's gonna Pain Split. Very interesting. It's probably not going to benefit him too much. It gets him a little bit of health back. Now I know he's not Assault Vest, though, and he's lefties. So it's a good thing I could have went into Earth Ring there. That's fine, though. Let's just go for another T-Bolt. If he wants to Pain Split, if that's his initiative, that's fine. Smokey is in a situation here where it could clean up. That's our focus. Get this thing low. He's going to Ice Punch. We could take one of those. We might take two of those. We might take another one of those. It's going to be close. He can't Pain Split because he dies. He dies to 2 Thunderbolts here. I'm just going to fire out this Specs Thunderbolt again. That just shows how bulky Dusknoir is, though. This is a Specs Thunderbolt coming from an Electro, which I know Electro is not that strong, but that's Stab. That's Stab boosted Specs Thunderbolt. He's not going to take 2 more. So he's either going to save this thing and switch it, which is probably the worst play, because he's going to die to a Crunch. I just gotta see if we're making the right decision here, because I gotta be able to take down the Credilli, and I have to still take a hit from Mismagius with Ursaring. But because he is Taunt, that leads me to believe he's max speed Mismagius. So we should, and he's not Life Orb, he's lefties, I think. So we should be able to take a hit from this Mismagius with Ursaring. And he's gonna only be able to hit us with Thunderbolt, so it's not Stab, and he can't paralyze because we're already poisoned. Things are looking decent right now. It's going to come down to whether Smokey could take things out. We're going to go for that big T-Bolt. We get the para. This full para would be huge for us right now. He's going to get the Ice Punch off. We're going to see if this kills or not. It's going to be close. We actually live it. We actually live it. That's huge. Because that means we get a Thunderbolt off on whatever comes in, too. Whether it's the Malamar or the Mismagius or the Credilli. Something is going to... He's got the Shadow Sneak. I forgot all about Shadow Sneak. I really did. I really did forget all about Shadow Sneak. That's okay. He can't Shadow Sneak. He can't Shadow Sneak Ursaring, so that does scare me a little bit though, because he gets an extra turn of poison on us. But he can't Shadow Sneak Ursaring. So, Smokey the Bear, this comes down to you, man. This comes down to you. Whether you can take down 4 Pokemon. We're gonna Crunch. We're not gonna outspeed the Mismagius if he's full speed investment. So that's the part that scares me the most. We can take down the Dusknoir. Cool. One thing down. This is going to come down to the wire, because that Credilli is going to be tough to take down. So Credilli does resist Facade. Facade is 140 plus Stab, so it becomes 210 base power. Cut in half becomes 105. So I believe Facade is actually still our best move to use against Credilli. In comes Nepenthes. That is the Credilli. So Facade is our best play. If he is a defensive Credilli, we are not going to stand a chance against this thing. I just have to Facade and hope that it's going to do a lot. It is our strongest move, I believe. That's a 2-hit KO. He's going to Giga Drain, so that's going to really hinder our ability to knock this thing out. With the Toxic, oh, that's so close. And he's got lefties. I don't think we're going to knock him out this turn. I don't, especially if he has Recover. I think that's going to be it. I don't think we're going to be able to win this match unless we outspeed the Mismagius, which I don't think we will. Unless he's modest Mismagius. We need to kill with this Facade here. We have to. I don't think it's gonna kill though. He's gonna leave him with like 20%. Bring him down to about 10%. He's gonna Giga Drain again, so at least we'll knock him out on the next turn. But we don't have enough longevity left to be able to live 2 more turns worth of Toxic, so we actually are gonna go down. It came down to the wire here. Really good match against Owen here. He's gonna pick up the win. There's not really anything to do. Smokey is gonna just get worn down far too much, and he actually dies that turn. So he's actually it's gonna look a lot better. He's gonna end up winning with a 3-0 against us. This Credilli is gonna be able to live. It was close. It was close. Not getting my Stealth Rocks was huge because I lost Sand Slasher. That could have been nice to have him around. But good match, dude. Thank you so much for the battle. If you guys did enjoy, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I really appreciate it. My name is Dan. I'm aDrive. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.